Hey guys, it's me Sylvia back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a really easy, super cute, very classic makeup tutorial. And it's not just your average makeup tutorial. This is a super affordable, cheap products that you can find very easily at the drugstore or online. I wanted to use products that were accessible to everybody and that everyone can afford. Now with Halloween behind us, the holidays are so quickly approaching. Like, I know the US has their Thanksgiving at the end of the month, and then December is like right around the corner. So I kept that in mind when creating this makeup look. That's why I wanted to do a very classic look with the gold eyes and the berry lips. So this look can really be worn to any type of holiday event like that. Now before we start the video, please stop what you're doing and go subscribe to my channel right now. Okay, hit that subscribe button and join the S Club because we are a tight-knit family and we need to keep growing strong. So hit that subscribe button, and if you want to know how to do this makeup look right here for a very fair price, then just keep watching. So first, I'm gonna start out with a primer. As always, you guys know I always prime, and I'm gonna use two primers. The first is Fix and Perfect Pro by Rimmel London. I'm just gonna use this primer on the majority of my face. This one has some moisturizing elements in it. It smells so good. You'll notice I didn't do my nose, and that's because I'm saving that for my NYX Pore Filler Primer. This is a really great mattifying primer, and it's very similar to the Benefit Porefessional. It's a little bit thicker than the other primer, so I love to use it on my nose to help minimize the look of pores and just help smooth my skin out there, because I do have very large pores on my nose and on like the center of my forehead here. And before I go on with foundation, I have been getting a lot of redness, so I have this really great color correcting palette from BH Cosmetics. So I'm gonna go in with the green shade just in all the spots where I have a little bit of redness. You can easily skip this step if you don't have a lot of redness in your skin and a lot of imperfections, but if you do have those skin issues, then this is really gonna help when you put the foundation on to cover it a lot easier without having to use as many layers. It looks a little crazy right now, but I promise you it's gonna look a lot better when you put foundation over top of it. And now to cover my dark circles, I'm gonna use a little bit of the peachy tone right here. And the peachy tone is gonna help to color correct like the deep, dark, purpley browns that I have as my dark circles. Again, this step is totally optional. If you don't have very dark circles or discoloration under your eye, you can totally skip this step. Now that I've color corrected, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. And if you guys have watched any sort of drugstore makeup tutorial, you know that the L'Oreal True Match is one of the most talked about, most loved drugstore foundations. It's oil-free, has SPF 17 in it, and it lasts all day, and I'm using the shade N3. And to blend that in, I'm using my favorite drugstore beauty sponge. And because I did color correct first, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not rubbing the foundation all over my face. You wanna make sure you're doing very light dabbing motions with the beauty sponge, so then you're not disturbing the color corrector and moving it around. You wanna simply put the foundation right on top. And for concealer, I'm gonna show you guys one of the greatest drugstore concealers out there. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It has like this little spongy top to apply it. And again, because I have the color corrector underneath, I'm just making sure not to do any swiping motions. I'm just dabbing it on. Now just blend it out with your beauty sponge. Also on my Cupid's bow and my chin. So it's just a more medium to full coverage concealer, which is a little bit tough to find in a drugstore. Now to set my face, I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me Translucent Powder. And doing this is just gonna make sure that your foundation and concealer is not staying wet, and it's not gonna transfer or smudge or move around, and it just makes your foundation stay a lot longer. So especially if you're going to school or anywhere where you know you're gonna have your makeup on for a really long time, you always wanna make sure that you're setting with some sort of powder. I'm also gonna use that to set my under eye so my concealer does not crease. So now I'm gonna hit pause on the face. We'll come back to it after we start our eye look. To prime my lids, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Color Riche Eye Primer Pencil. It's a really creamy formula, and because it's in like a pencil form, it's super easy to apply. So I'm just gonna apply that on both my lids to make sure our eyeshadow doesn't crease. Also just helps to cover up any discoloration or veins on the lid. Now that my lids are primed, I'm gonna go in and do my brows. I'm using Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal Paris. It's so affordable, and you guys know that I talked about this in my dupes to high-end brands video. Time for the eyes. I'm gonna be using two really affordable eyeshadow palettes. Dun, 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 dun. I wanted to use two because I don't know if this one's available at every single drugstore. It's the new QUO eyeshadow palette. They have 3 new palettes for their fall collection, and I grabbed Neutral Ground. They have a really nice selection of matte nude colors, especially great for the crease. But I also wanted to show you guys another super affordable palette. So this is the Carly Bible palette. It's with BH Cosmetics. It comes with 4 highlighters. It comes with a ton of different shades, and they're all really nice neutral tone tones with a little bit of burgundy, and of course the golds, which is really, really nice for the holidays. So I'm gonna start with the Carly Bible palette for my brow bone. I'm gonna use this beautiful beige toned matte color right here, and I'm applying that just on my brow bone, right underneath my brow. Using a shade like this on your brow bone is just gonna make it so much easier to blend out any other colors that we use on the crease. The shadows in this palette are so pigmented and they blend so smoothly. That's amazing for such an affordable palette. Perfect. Moving on to the crease color, and because this palette just has such beautiful crease colors, like look at that. And I'm just gonna use this orangey brown tone right here. I think that's such a beautiful color for this time of year, and it's gonna go so well with the gold that we put on our eyes. I'm applying that with my big fluffy blending brush just right on my crease and blending up and outwards. And look at that, like I barely have to put any of the product on and you can see it immediately. Usually with drugstore products, you have to work a little bit harder to get the color payoff. Not with this guy. And you'll notice when I get to the end of my eye over here, I'm just gonna flick it outward, and we'll clean it up after, but flicking it outwards like this is gonna make your eye look a little bit longer and a little bit bigger. Lord knows I need it, my eyes are so small. Oh damn. So just keep building slowly until you get the color payoff that you want, and until it's nice and blended and very seamless. You don't want to see any lines, anything like that. Like you want that to look like it's floating away. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. You feel me. I'm gonna use the one right above it, right there. It's a way cooler toned brown. Give our eyes a little bit more depth before we hit it with the gold. I'm gonna just apply this mostly on the outer corner and in the crease part of the outer corner and like a V shape. And again, just flick it out a little bit. So I'm actually gonna take the darker color here just to darken it up a bit and really concentrate that just on the outer corner. So I'm gonna clean that up with my foundation and a little concealer brush here. And all I'm gonna do is cut that so it looks a little bit more neat, not so crazy. Like you can see the difference, how nice it looks when it's nice and sharp and cut versus when it's like more of like a cloud just hanging out beside your eye. So I'm gonna go back in with that warm tone, and I'm gonna take that on a pencil brush and just run that right underneath my eye, right along the lower lash line. Darken it up with that dark brown we went in with, and really concentrate that right along my lash line. And then we're gonna smudge it out. And this is just gonna bring that gradient effect that we did on our upper lid right to our lower lid. Concentrating some eyeshadow on the bottom and smoking it out really does help to make your eyes look a lot bigger. Did they look bigger? They do, I told you. Perfect, so we're almost done with the eyeshadow. Now it's time to go in with the classic gold shimmer that's really, really beautiful for the holiday season. And I'm gonna take this beautiful gold shade from the Carly Bible palette. She has the most gorgeous shimmery shades, like this entire bottom row here. So I'm gonna take that on a flat brush and just apply it all over the mobile lid. That's the part that we didn't put any eyeshadow on. Now I'm gonna take some liner, and I'm not doing your average black eyeliner, more of like a very dark brown eyeliner, and it's the Maybelline Line Stiletto. This is a really great eyeliner. They do have it in very black if you want a black eyeliner. It's a great drugstore liner. I just thought doing a more brownish liner is not as harsh since we're gonna be doing such a nice deep berry lip. So now we have that cat eye that is classic and beautiful, but it's not as harsh. I'm gonna mix the two lightest shades in this QUO palette to make my inner corner highlight. Glams up your look a little bit. So I'm gonna be using L'Oreal's new Voluminous Feline mascara. I like this mascara because it separates your lashes without making them clumpy. It does a good job of adding length. If that's what you need in mascara, that's what this guy does. Now I'm gonna throw some lashes on. This is optional if you don't wanna, go crazy with it. But my favorite drugstore lash is the Ardell Glamour Wispies. They give you just enough volume and just enough length to look still pretty natural, but not like there's nothing there, I talk about these lashes all the time. If you're like the real S Club and you watch every single one of my videos, then you're probably sick of hearing about them. I'm gonna snap my fingers and they're gonna be on my eyes. Ta-da! So the eyes are completely done. Excuse me, airplane. Please, just trying to film. So I'm gonna use some bronzer, the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer, and it's waterproof, so if you're sweating, not gonna come off. And I'm just gonna use this BH Cosmetics big fluffy fan brush to put that on. It's very affordable too. And that's just going right in the hollows of my cheeks and everywhere that you would normally bronze. Moving on to blush, I'm gonna show you guys this amazing blush palette from Morphe. Look at all the blushes you get for such an affordable price. Like, you literally have all the colors that you could possibly need in a blush. I want to use this like mauvey kind of color right here, and a little goes a long way with this product. You definitely will have these blushes for so long because you don't need to use a lot. And again, I want to show you guys another amazing highlighting product that's super affordable. This is from Morphe. It's the Deysi Danger highlight palette. I'm going to be using this guy right here. Like, look at that. I really like a golden highlight for the holidays. I feel like it's just more festive. my lips look bigger and more luscious already. I just can't get over this highlight, you guys. Yes, I know. You're welcome. Now I'm gonna spray myself with my favorite setting spray from the drugstore. It's the NYX Matte Finish. It has the perfect amount of spritz in it. So refreshing. Now time for my favorite part other than the highlight. I found the perfect holiday wintertime lip. It's like the most beautiful wine berry color. It's the Maybelline Color Blur and it comes in like this pencil shape. So I'm gonna be using that. You guys, take that in. I just did one swipe and it's so pigmented, like you only need one layer of this. So that's really great for a drugstore lip product. And it's got like a pointed tip, so it's really easy to use without a liner. This is the first time I'm using this, which is why I'm so amazed by it, but I thought it was the perfect color for this tutorial. Because it's so festive, it's still that dark color that's so popular in like the winter months, but it's not like intimidating, you know? It's number 35 called Plum Please. So that's the end of the video, you guys. This is the finished look with the deep berry lips and the golden eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button if you did enjoy it. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. This is just a little taste of the holiday videos to come. Even though it's a little while away, I still got the brain gears going. You know, I'm brainstorming. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear it. Now that the video's over, go ahead and check out my last video and we can keep this going. We can keep this friendship going. I can talk to you some more. Watch my last video. It'll be right here for you. Just click the little box. And if you were thinking about subscribing, which I hope you were, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I will have it somewhere over here. Trying to figure out this whole end slate thing, so just it'll all be somewhere here. Click everything. Okay, bye.